So today we'll be talking about all these aspects of what makes friendship easier, how we maintain it, and 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 everything in between. Okay, and so if anyone at any point wants to talk, you can raise your hands, and then you can turn on your camera and your mic, and you can start talking. Welcome everyone to 2XTalks, which is a live podcast in association with 2XTopia. And 2XTopia is a woman-only app where women can connect virtually and in real life. All right. So before we begin, let me tell you, 2XTalks, the podcast, we usually do it in studio. Me and Somali, we usually do it in studio, and our guests join in via Gmail. Today is the first time that both of us and everyone is not present in the same place. So basically, we are in the same shoes as you, and we are really excited. Also a bit scared, but we'll manage. Okay, so today's topic is it really hard to make friends in your 20s? Um, a lot of us, I mean, when we were young, we were always surrounded by 60 or more people in school. Okay.
If the topic is 20s, should I drop off?
No.
No,
You
please
were
stay.
in your 20s at some point. So
No, please.
yeah.
All of you can stay.
Basically, it's 20s and above. I put that in the description, but not in the title. So it's that. Okay.
It's fine.
So all right. So when we were young, we were always surrounded by people when it comes to school and colleges, and it's basic mathematics. It's probability. The more bigger the sample size, the chances of you getting successful gets higher. So when you're surrounded by that many people daily, of course you will always have friends. And even if you don't have friends, there is no lack of entertainment. Even our bullies, unless they as long as they are not bullying us, it's fun. Okay, when it's not happening to you, it's fun. So then what happens when we get older? Why does it get difficult to make friends? And why, even if it's difficult to make friends, what happens is that our earlier friends, why are we not able to maintain that friendship? I know we all say life gets in the way, but why? Okay. So today we'll be talking about all these aspects of what makes friendship easier, how we maintain it, and 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 everything in between. Okay, and so if anyone at any point wants to talk, you can raise your hands, and then you can turn on your camera and your mic, and you can start talking. All right, now I'll give it to you, Somali.
Yeah. So thanks, Prachi, for introducing the topic to all of us. And when we say 20s, just like Gautaman question, like should he drop off or not? You shouldn't, sir. But everybody of us can stay here. We are not just focusing on the friendship we make on 20s. We are basically focusing on what happens after the friendship, like after we cross a certain age. For example, when we are done with our college, when we are done with our schooling and stuff. So how a friendship starts at school is very different how it starts at a college, and that is way more different how a friendship starts at a working place. Like we all have to agree, when we are at school, there are a bunch of friends with us. We go to this person to the other person, we become friends because our favorite color is pink or maybe black. We from school to other school, we from another tuition we go to, our favorite teachers are the same, or we can bitch about the same teacher, so we become good friends. So that's how a friendship works when we are in school. But when it comes to college, the topic of interest change. It shifts from bitching about teacher to understanding the pain point of a teacher. Like, okay, now we understand why they were so strict with us in school. And now when it comes to work friendships, that takes another huge shift. Like how the work-life balance is so much important. Why it is not only about work. So this spectrum of friendship keeps on changing. And I think this is a reason why few of our friends, we lose touch, we lose connection from them, because at some point of our time, their views and our views just stop matching with each other. So and what happens eventually is that a gap starts forming between us. From a 4-person group, it becomes a 3-persons group. From 3 persons, the two, and eventually, what happens is that suddenly you're all alone. Like nobody is there. Nobody is there to support your daily life topics, gossip. You're just maybe completely alone and finding friends beyond that friendship which you had in your school or your college life. So that's what happens.
Okay. So, okay,
Okay.
Nisarga has raised hands. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so you told us that the when we come to college, we we kind of start the I just wanted to add something. It was just like when we come to college, I think it's like stepping into a whole new world. See, like we for school and we our parents put us in a school that's like nearby to the colony or somewhere, they'll just they'll just put you in a group where you're like automatically friends. But in college it's like you're discovering yourself, and you feel like there's a need to find a partner who can understand you in like so many new aspects add in, like your interests and your likabilities, and then your goals in the future. So it's like college feels like a rat race, and
Hmm.
it's like a sack race. Like you just need one. The potato sack race.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you just need to find your sack to
Oh, your sack mate.
run the
Okay,
race.
will be with you through thick and thin, even if
Yeah,
it looks
exactly.
awkward. Even if it's so awkward to
Yeah,
others because you're in the sack.
yeah,
Weird
exactly.
analogy, but I got it. I got it. I got your
Yeah.
point. Okay. Okay.
So
So,
that's how it becomes difficult in college, because you're
mm,
like you're finding the one kind of a thing.
hmm, yeah,
True.
got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So, so just like the- hmm. So just like Somali also said that the reason why it's easy to make friends when you're younger is because there's a lot of common ground. Yeah, and I do agree with that. But so I've seen friendships happening in unexpected places and in unexpected circumstances. I'll give you example since Nisarga just talked, so I'll give you example of Nisarga only. The way she became my friend was because she was a friend of friend, and the other friend wasn't coming during that 1 month or 2 month. And she used to just sit with me. Nisarga would just come, and she was all very peppy. She had a lot of energy, and of course, she's younger than me, much younger than me. So, and she would just come, okay, and start talking, and I in office I'm a bit of an introvert, like, and during like lunch hours and all, it's my break time, so I'd rather not talk as much. So I'm sitting, sometimes I just need some alone time even in office, so I'll just go and sit, have my tea. Nisarga would come barging in, and she'll just start talking, okay, and I wouldn't answer as much, but I would listen, okay, I never push her away. At some point she was like, uh, do you really like me? Like, sometimes I feel bad. She said that sometimes I feel bad. It feels like I'm a cyclone coming into your vicinity and just messing up with your
Disrupting your
floor.
peace.
Yeah, messing with your flow. I was like, no, that's not the case. If anything, even if you're a cyclone, you're my favorite cyclone. So yeah, she just started talking, and it happened. And same way with there are many friends that have and in Bangalore. See, uh, in back in my city, I didn't make friends that were not from my school because I didn't need to. I had friends, but then when you're lonely, no, and when you do not have company, you appreciate anytime you get interest from people. Obviously, from the right kind of people. And I've made friends. Like I go to I attend a lot of events. I go to movies. I go to live theater. Sometimes people approach me. People get that single person energy from you because when you're alone, they get it. So they do approach you, and I've made friends from there as well. And they're still in touch. And some of them are still much more closer friends to me than other people that I've made. So yeah, that
Mm,
happens.
yeah, that is true. Just see, I'm telling you something. Why I mentioned the school life friendship is different from the adult friendships we make, because when we are small, we literally bond over anything. Like any little thing. Your mom, my friend's mom got this Maggie in the tiffin. You're my best friend. She got the favorite color pencil for me. You're my best friend. We make friends like anything. We don't judge them on basis of anything. No judgment comes between us. There are like, you're rich, you're poor, you're tall, you're short, nothing. We don't even see who is what. We are vibing with them, and that's it. We become friends. But when it comes to adulthood friendships, obviously life happens between that. From school to office, I mean, when you cross the boundary of a school, everything changes, because there is a saying, right? After 10th, life happened, which is so true. Because for me, at least, this is so true. Since till class 10, I was in a group of friends who were my friends from maybe class 1 or maybe nursery. So we shared everything, deepest, darkest secrets, our family issues, family problems, everything. We used to gossip about that. But now, if I find somebody who I think is a good person, I'll think twice. Is that person like trustworthy? Is that person somebody who is not going to leak my secrets? Is that person somebody who is not going to use my family issues or traumas, whatever I'm going to share with them, against me when times get hard? So with time, what happens, the friendship thing changes, because we become more insecure, maybe. Like, are they really trustworthy? Because what we, in the back of the mind, it keeps on going, like, is this safe? Is this a safe place? Is this really a safe place? Because already we have seen so much that we don't want to go through the same thing again. So that's what happens.
Yeah. Also, one thing I've realized it, again, like you said, more difficult when you're older because you do not trust them. See, when you're young, you spend time in your school, you spend time in your coaching classes, in your college, so you make friends there. But then as you get older, most of your time is spent in office. And there's a thing about office is, it's often said that you should not make friends with your colleagues. Like, you shouldn't. That happens. So either because you hear that from someone else, or because you also feel like sometimes the boundaries blur. When it comes to work, it blurs. That's why you get hesitant at times, because it's subconscious. You do not do it on purpose, but it happens. It feels like, because you're in the same field, it feels like there's a competition, or maybe if there is a hierarchy or something, sometimes you're scared, should I really be sharing this much if they're at a higher position, and if they're at a lower position, under you, then you feel like, if I share too much, would that erode my authority? So it's questions like this. Rather than asking this much questions to yourself, you just keep it to work only. So that is something that I think makes it difficult to make friends in office. And okay, I'll give you an example of Nisarga. At some point, there was a chance I could have made her my colleague, and I was like, no, the worst decision it would be because we are really such good friends. And of course, I was not just gonna hire her; was gonna give her the assignment and all. And then I realized, no, it wouldn't work out. It will ruin our friendship, and even the work is gonna ruin completely.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happens. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Many people have. Okay, you want to continue?
No,
Okay.
I just want to say just this one single thing, that there's a obvious reason behind people say that you should never mix your personal and professional life. Never.
Yeah. And also, you should not do business with friends.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it works out. Sometimes it works out.
Never worked out with me. I still haven't got my money back.
Okay.
I stopped lending. Okay. So we have many
skill issues, Prachi. Come on.
skill issue. Okay. Okay. So many people have joined. And I'm really glad today. Oh, way many people have joined. I really love it. So, does anyone want to contribute? You can just raise your hands, switch on your mic, and your video that is required today, and start talking. Okay. So nobody. Fine. Oh.
Okay. I think I haven't made many friends post 22, I guess. Yeah, I think the last friends I made was maybe 24. I think 24 was the last year I made friends, plural. You still make occasional friend here and there. And then at some point the lines, the definition goes for a toss. The definition of friends when you are young is, like you said, you share, you talk, you know, uh, you know. But I'm friends with a lot of people, where we do not necessarily share or talk, but we are still friends. I think the clear definition of friends goes for a toss. I'm friends with the people, who are 10 plus year elder to me. Obviously, we don't have anything common to talk. We are at different phase of life, different way of looking at things. But at the same time, there is a camaraderie, that I can depend on them. They will depend on me. We kind of, lend each other a helping hand if needed. So you do make friends. I'm not saying you do not okay, you do not make as many friends as in your childhood, no? Like you said, now everybody is a friend. Okay, you gave me chocolate, you're my friend, you are not going to do that. At the same time, right? I think we don't have to overload the term friend too much. We don't have to really, as long as you two get along, as long as you two have some kind of trust on each other. I think the fundamental thing is, when you are young, you trust first, shoot next. Here, when you are an adult, you are asking, trust should be developed. That would eventually take time, right? You need to know a person for a longer time to know their in and outs. Then you give a trust. But when you are young, you trust, you trust people in and around you. You don't question them. You do not ask them whether they are trustworthy. You consider them as friends first. Then slowly, you will no, he's not. I'm not going to be friends with that person. I think that changes. I think if we pull ourselves back a little bit, like I said, I have friends, who are 10 plus years elder to me. A lot of the friends whom I made once I started working is mostly people who are elder to me. And some of my very good, again, not the usual definition of friends, right? My one of three of my former bosses are like a very good friend. We are not friends, but still, the camaraderie, the trust, the relationship, right, is as good as having a friend. Only the fact is, we do not talk anything beyond the absolute must. But is it? How do you define it? Is it a friendship in your definition, or is it
I'll
not?
say it's an acquaintance, because friends are more than that, no? Because it's the same as your childhood friend or a friends that you make at a later part of your life. If you discuss more about your personal life, then they are friends. Otherwise, it's people that you just talk with.
See, I might be coming from the male perspective, right?
Okay.
We men don't talk personal things to each other, friends. Very
Yeah.
rarely. Even
Yeah,
if we
maybe,
talk, it will
maybe.
be very minimal. So the
Okay.
baseline itself is off. Okay, Masoom, yeah.
So for me, yeah, I agree with Gautaman. For men, it's a little different. We don't discuss personal lives with a lot of friends, and I wanted to pointed out two things. For me, I have segregated friends. Like there are friends who with whom I will talk about finance. There are friends with whom I'll talk about AI. There are friends with whom I'll talk about only my personal life and childhood stuff. So for me, I have segregated friends. What I have learned over the period of time is sometimes we have best friends, and sometimes that best friend becomes a part of your, personal life, and you tend to just, you know, shower everything upon them, and you expect ki they will be there at every point of your life, and that is not possible. They can't handle all your emotions, they can't handle all your decisions. So sometimes you segregate friends. To take work life decisions, you have some different friends. To take life decisions, you have different friends. To take finance decisions, to make a portfolio, you have different friends. So I think that's how I and most men make friends.
Okay. I guess that truly is a male perspective. I'll say that, because in my case, yeah, even I segregate friends, but they are still my friends. Okay. And if you have a friend just to ask for how to improve your portfolio, I wouldn't call that a friend. I mean, at least in my woman definition of friendship, that's not my friend. That's just a person that I'm using for stuff. So yeah, I get it. And I get it that one person cannot handle everything about you. So even when it comes to my friends, there are some people with whom I share a particular part of my life more compared to other people. But often in my case, what happens is most of my friends are at an equal level. So what happens is, let's say something happens in my life, some major thing, and then I'll call one friend, say everything that happened, then I'll call another, say the same thing again, and I'll keep doing this multiple times. Like, I guess, yeah, it's a female thing. But that was a really nice perspective that you gave us. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
thank
anyone
you.
else? Okay. Anyone else would like to say something? Okay. So one thing I've realized is that I think at some point, I think Gautaman said that when you get older, you're in a different life phase, and that does reduce the time that you spend with your friends and the connection that you make with them. He said that he has much younger friends and much older friends. I realized that this thing doesn't happen when you're in school. When you're in school or in college, every year matters. Someone who's 2 or 3 years older than you is an old person. Okay, that's what it feels like to you. To outside, we are all children, but for us, someone 2 years older is an adult. Someone 2 years younger is a child. So you do not make friends with people who are not in the same field as you, same. Yeah, Nisarga. Okay, let me finish it a little. You can talk. Okay, so this doesn't happen when you're young, but when you're older, even if you're in different life phase, I realize it gets easier because I have friends who are 6 years older than me and 8 years younger than me, who has now raised hand and she's gonna talk. Nisarga, you can talk.
Yeah, so the thing about the age gap thing, I think since we are in school, we were taught, to address elders as your
Hmm.
elders in school as Didi Bhaiya and
Hmm.
stuff. So
All my. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was
it's
gonna
like
make a
when
silly
you're
joke. Sorry.
yeah, it's like when you enter work and it's like the phases from sir, ma'am,
Hmm.
and the when you realize that there's an age gap and they're your friends, somewhere in your brain gets confused. Should you call them by their name or should you call them Haya or
Yeah.
Didi? So it's like that. I feel like that is also one factor that adds to being making it difficult to make friends
Hmm.
in as you get older. It's like that confusion in addressing them is there.
Yeah, this reminds me during Somali's first day, she was like, should I call you Prachi? I was like, yeah, what else are you gonna call me? Yes, of course, she wanted to say that, should I call you Didi or something? No. There was another much younger colleague long ago, and it was her first job as well. She also initially she was like Didi. I was like, nahi bhai, it's okay. You can call me by your name. Doesn't matter. That's how it happens here. I mean, also this is a private sector thing I've realized because in government job you are always sir, madam, and all that. So maybe they don't make friendships that easily. But in private sector it happens. Although I have seen my father making friends with everyone. He has some of his friends are just like 5 or 6 years older than me. So and even he had friends who were much older than him, like my grandfather's age, and the same and equal amount of I'll say the same quality of friendship. So yeah, that happens. Okay,
See,
anyone else?
yeah. So what this thing only, I'll continue. Just like Nisarga said, this sir ma'am thing, Didi Bhaiya thing comes when you come into a job from college or school. Okay, in school
Hmm.
also there is a clear difference because there is a class difference. Obviously, you are going to call them Didi Bhaiya,
Hmm.
or seniors like that.
Hmm.
But in office, it gets a bit complicated. Like for me, the first day I entered, I was very, very much unsure, like how to call you. Like I wanted to know about something. Should I call you by your name or should I, just call you Didi or should I call you ma'am? Because I don't want to get scolded on the very first day. But once that ice breaks, like the hierarchy thing breaks. I'm not telling like you give the full freedom to your juniors, no, not that, obviously not that. But once you make somebody comfortable around you and you
Hmm.
let them be a human rather than just the employee or somebody lower position than you, that initiates something that ignites a sense of some one kind of friendship only. Because if you're not comfortable with your co-workers in your
Hmm.
workplace,
Hmm.
you are not going to be, you can't be productive even. A constant
Hmm.
fear will be there, like I'm going to do something wrong and
Hmm.
I'm not friendly with my senior. Obviously this person is going to scold me and tell me some harsh words. But once you make somebody comfortable, be it in your school, college, in your work life, once you give them the liberty to, the freedom, the creative freedom, or whatever you call it, works get much easier. And that's
Hmm.
how
Hmm.
friendships are. In a friendship, nobody becomes a friend just, okay, I like this person, that person is my friend. You can't just decide by that yourself, right? You have to talk, you have to break the ice, you have to start some kind of conversation which you think both can, talk on, both can make a
Hmm.
bond on. And that's how actually a friendship lasts longer.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's
True.
exactly the magic behind it. That's it.
Yeah, that is true. I agree with that. And okay, Masoom has raised hands. Go ahead.
Just one point. It's a two-way thing. One has to listen, one has to talk, and sometimes one has to talk and one has to listen. It can't be a
Yeah, yeah.
one-way thing.
I
है ना?
really hope that wasn't a dig at me.
No, 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 not at all.
She has raised hands. Yeah. Hi, Khushi. Do you want to turn on your camera?
Yeah, sure. Hi.
Hi. Been long
Hi.
time.
Yeah. So again, it was the same thing for me when I met Prachi for the first time. Me and Sharanya used to talk like hell, like the whole day, and Prachi was like, "Don't disturb me, don't disturb me."
I have never said that word.
Your
Okay. Don't-
expressions, your expressions were
It's
those.
like we are a trio bullying Prachi sometimes. It's like the
Exactly.
age gap is like it's
I am not
a
that
bullying
old.
factor.
I
People,
used
You
to
I'm
just
be,
not that
Prachi
mentioned
used to
old.
age
become
gap.
so serious.
Okay. Okay. Nisarga, did you also raise hands? Do you also want to contribute
No,
to
no, I
this?
just wanted to add in with Khushi. That's all. It's like
Okay. Okay. I'm not always serious. You were very unserious during your first day.
Okay, again, if you were talking about me, about the first job girl, yeah, I was.
Okay. All right. So, anyone else? Do you want to say anything?
No.
Okay.
About you or
So,
about friendship?
uh, ideally
no
about
more digs.
friendship would be nice, but seems like Arya has raised hand.
Okay.
I have a feeling, I really have a feeling that she might talk about me. Please don't, but go ahead.
Eh, no way, Prachi. So, I think post marriage, friendships changes a lot, and your life gets busier, and your priorities also changes, and your partner's friends become your friends, and you
Hmm.
hang out with them. Yeah. So that is what happened with me, and I am not very great at keeping friends. I mean, it takes an effort
Hmm.
to keep the friends. So I don't. I'm not. Maybe I'm not meant for that. I don't know. So, but then I last year I intentionally made. I wanted to make friends, and I went to a group of women. One girl used to hold this group, and we used to meet, and we used to speak over some topics, and we had some nice connections over there. And two of them became very close to me.
Hmm.
And yeah, so I think I've become very
Hmm.
intentional with making friends. I don't know why, maybe with age. I don't know. So yeah, I can only uh, make friends when I truly feel safe, and feel a deeper connection. Yeah, that's my point of view. Yeah.
Well said. For me, it has been opposite. When I was younger, my tolerance was very low. Bullshit tolerance was low. So back then, I had high standards when it came to friends. That I would talk with everyone, but I wouldn't just be friends with everyone. I guess I was more unapproachable then. I hope you're listening, Khushi. I am more approachable now. Okay. So now, when it comes, because I'm older, there are less people around anyways. I talk with anyone and everyone, and then I just let it be. It's like if they're gonna become friends, they might. If they won't, it's fine. But I am more open. I've realized now that I've gotten older, because I've also realized that a lot of us are in need of friendship, but nobody knows how to approach anymore. And especially, I think this is a girl thing, that if a girl is sitting alone, okay, uh, guys would approach. I mean, they'll say we are only here for friendship. You know what their intentions are, but even then, they'll still approach you, and you might become friends with them. It's easier. I've seen that. Like the quantity of men approaching you for friendship is high, but women themselves do not approach other women. If you see another woman who's sitting and doing something, she's busy, you think twice before approaching her as a woman yourself. Men don't feel that. So even when it comes, yeah, Somali, go ahead.
Yeah. So this thing which you mentioned right now, that when you're sitting alone, another woman will think twice before approaching the other person, other girl. You know, for me, this thing, how this thing works in my back of my mind, when I am sitting alone in the canteen, having my lunch, having my food, or maybe just scribbling around doing my stuff, I don't want anybody else to disturb me. Okay. It's my me time, where it's my own space, my own time, where I am doing my stuff. And the same psychology runs in my mind when I see somebody else sitting alone. I think, okay, this girl needs some space, needs some time. She is tired from this world's bullshit. Yeah, see, she will just, she will be okay if she sits alone. And that is the only reason I don't approach to people first. And also, what happens with me is that initially people might think, okay, this girl is too rude, given the kind of face I carry, the resting face I carry. But trust me, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that I get so lost in my thoughts sometimes that people think that, okay, this person is too rude, I'm not going to talk with that girl. She will not even be she will not even reply back to me if I say hi to her. But trust me, just talk to me. Talk to me once, and then I will be obviously a very, very good entertaining person to you. So yeah.
You just said that you do not want to be approached when you're in the cafeteria or eating. When would you like to be approached?
No, that doesn't apply to you, because obviously I told you that psychology is something which is for me, my personal thing. So once you come and talk with me, obviously I will not go and sit with any random person, right? I know you. We share a bond, we share the same working space. So it's completely fine. You can come and sit with me in the cafeteria when we are having lunch. I enjoy that company.
Thank you for giving me the permission. I feel much better now. Yeah. So, in my case, it's opposite. When I'm sitting alone, I feel like it would be nice if someone were to approach me. At the same time, if I see someone else, I'll get scared. I'll be like, should I approach them? Is it correct or not? All the friendships that I have had made, you wouldn't believe it. None of the people I have approached first. Everyone has approached me. I already told you Nisarga's story, the cyclone one. She was my personal cyclone. Even Masoom approached me and we started talking. I wouldn't have talked to him. I mean, that's not a dig at you, Masoom. It's just my personality. I wouldn't talk to people. So Priyanka
Yeah.
also. Priyanka is here, my friend. She also approached me. Okay. I'm not sure, Priyanka, if you're listening, and forgive me if I say this, but during college, I was like, not my type. I don't think our friendship's ever gonna be made. I'll ever be friends with her. Okay, that's what I used to think about her. First year of college, I never. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Okay, that was back then. I used to judge. I don't know. I was a very judgmental person. I wouldn't talk with her, and now, it's been what? How long is it? If I say 8 years, 9 years, right? It's been 9 years since we've been friends, and she's one of my closest friends, despite me not having seen her for 7 years. I mean, after post graduation in 2018, we met in 2024, right? March 2024 for her wedding. So that's like six years. And we were still really close friends. We maintained that friendship, and it was for a wedding that we met. So yeah, all my friends have approached me, and all those friendships have sustained. So yeah, if sometimes you should just approach people, if they don't approach, you should. Otherwise, you're gonna die lonely. Because what if everyone is like you and they don't want to get approached, you don't want to get approached, and you're both two lonely people sitting on the same table and not talking to each other? How bad that would be. Okay, Masoom, you raise hand, you can talk now.
No, I didn't.
No, somebody raised hand. I kept
Yeah,
talking.
Nisarga, and
Nisarga, yeah,
I.
that was Nisarga. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
No?
I zoned out in the conversation.
Okay,
It's like you
try
were
to.
telling that you mentioned that when a woman is sitting alone, people don't approach. I
Hmm.
approached you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Uh,
Exactly.
you're a rare person. And I also said that I get approached, I don't approach. So
Oh,
you
okay.
approached. Thank you for approaching.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, and to that, just like you said, Priyanka is somebody who you thought that you are not going to, like the company of this person. Great friendship starts from this only. Like this
Hmm.
only, like best friendship starts. You will think like this girl, this boy, oh my god, rubbish. I'm never ever going to talk with that person. And you know what ends up there being your part of your family. You can rely on them for anything. You can share anything with them whenever you're in trouble. Even if you can't contact your family, you can contact them, that one single person whom you thought initially that this person is a bullshit kind of a person, never going to approach that person, but they turn out to be a very very crucial part of your life. So
Hmm.
that's how great friendships start actually.
That's true. There's one of my friends. Oh, okay. Masoom, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to add one more thing. Uh, the way we started was we had and we started with a debate. Not that it was not. I like that she was very articulate with what she wanted, and we started with a debate, and that's why I liked about her. It didn't turn into an argument. It was regarding work and AI and how AI will eat her job as a coder, and she didn't get triggered, but we was using factual stuff to talk to me. But yeah, I think that's how conflicting thoughts can make you friends.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, if someone's always agreeing to what you say, there's no challenge, there's no fun. And I think you've forgotten, it wasn't just about AI that we were talking about. We were actually talking about
About
TwoXTopia. Yeah,
TwoXTopia, yeah.
yeah. It didn't even start during when I met him. TwoXTopia was just in a no discussion. No. We started actually.
Kotlin,
We had
Kotlin phase it was.
just started creating it, and
Yeah, it was in the
like
back
it
end
had been a
phase.
month or something, and he did not like the idea at all. He was like, "What? Yeah, you didn't like it. You've forgotten.
I
You were like, this is
no,
not. Yeah, you said this is not gonna work.
I
This is
said,
similar to everything
have
else."
you done? No, I said, have you done your research?
Well, all I heard was, "Your work is wrong."
Hmm, no.
Yeah, okay, I'm kidding. So yeah, it is that challenging part. That's the fun thing, no? Friends should support you, but friends should also know when to, tell you where you're wrong. Those are the good friends. That's a good kind of friendship. Friends shouldn't always enable you all the time. That's bad. So yeah.
Yeah, if you are friends with somebody, if you are calling a person your friend who is every time agreeing to whatever you are saying, like even you know that something you are going to do is bad, you should not
Hmm.
do that, and you're sharing that thing with that one particular friend, and that friend is telling you, giving you the green signal ki, yes bro, go do it,
Hmm.
then I'm sorry to say that person is not your friend. That
Yeah.
person just wants to see how you fail so that they don't end up doing that same mistake. A friendship is not about something like 2% or 3% group where you guys are friends and you guys are agreeing to do whatever one is planning. Friendship should be dynamic. Like if you know
Hmm.
something is wrong, something is not correct, the other person, other friend is suggesting, then you should have that much clarity between you guys, that bond between you guys, so that you can say them no, you shouldn't do that, you can stop them, or maybe you can advise them something and they will take your advice positively rather than getting offended, like
Hmm.
how dare you question my choices. then that friend is never your friend, was never your friend. Because
Mm.
there is a saying, right? If your friend, one of your friends becomes your enemy just after one single fight or one single misunderstanding, then in the first place he or she was never your friend. They never liked you even. They just pretended
Mm.
to be your friend. So we need to be very careful while choosing our friends, especially in this age.
Yeah. So, okay, Nisarga, go ahead.
Yeah, so the thing about the enemies and cutting off friends. So there's
Mm.
one dilemma in like in your 20s, saying that after the fight you do become enemies, but then there's a point where uh, the person who badmouthed you or something, they come back, they apologize, and it's like that you're stuck in a dilemma whether you should take them back, or or you should just build your trust issues wall and build a castle out of it and stay inside it, and just let them out. So what do you guys do at such moments, like?
A nice question. And even if you hadn't asked, I was going to talk about this only. Is that uh, often there's a saying, and it goes mostly for romantic relationships, that if someone is meant to be in your life, they will be. You set them free, and if they come back, they are yours. Otherwise, they were never meant for you. I take this advice in my friendship kind of relationships as well, because I have had friends where there has been falling out, and like there were a couple of years where we didn't talk, or more than a couple of years, and then some friendship just fizzled, completely fizzled. But men, a couple of them, they came back. Sometimes they came back, sometimes I came back, and we apologize for our mistakes, and then we started becoming friends again. So yeah, even when it comes to friendship, some people are really meant to be in your life, and they will stick. So you can't it comes from within you, that should I give this person a chance or not. Don't ask others should you or should you not. It will come from within you. And if you feel like it, go ahead, talk with them. If like this it said, no, that if you really like someone, you need to hold them with both your hand and make sure that they stay in your life. It's time like this, you let go of your ego, you let go of everything, and you work for to have them in your life. So you shouldn't simply apply this to your romantic relationships. Apply this to any kind of relationship in your life. So that's what it is. And yeah, and sometimes even circumstances make it easier for you. Even if you don't know what to do, they don't know what to do, you will be at the same place if you were really meant to be. So yeah, that's how it is.
Got it.
Okay. Anyone else? Would you guys like to say anything?
Yeah. See, now if I focus completely on today's topic, then I have one incident to share. Like, the topic is itself speaking, like, why is it so hard to make friendship in 20s, right? When we are in school or in college, as I mentioned earlier, that it is very easy for us to make friends, but it is very easy for us to fall in the circles which are very bad friend circle. They will make you do things, you will end up doing things which you know are wrong, but just to stay included in a certain group, you do the things, you
Hmm.
do the wrong things, right? Because then there is a fear also in you, which is like, what if they hate me for being different? What if they just cut me off from their friends group? What if they just remove me from their WhatsApp group for
Hmm.
revolting against them or saying no to their plans? So what happens is that when we are small, no, we have a very small circle. Yeah, the friends come and go, but we are in a very limited space. It's just a school, our tuition, or maybe our home. These three places. Other than that, we don't have access to much places. So in my college life, only what happened, I fell into really, really bad friend circles. And by the time I realized that they were harming me, hampering me in many ways, it was getting too late. And
Hmm.
ultimately, who helped me out were my another set of friends with whom I just cut my connections off, because I thought that they are not meant to be my friends. But just like you said, Prachi, if somebody is meant to be in your life, just if somebody is meant for you, they are going to come and save you in places where you least expect them to come and save you. So, and I think this is one very crucial reason, that the kind of betrayals we face when we are young from our young friends group is the very important reason we think twice, thrice, maybe 10 times before making new friends in this
Mm.
age of our life, because we don't have the energy, we don't have the time, to go through the bullshit again, why you did that to me, even after knowing that that person is a wrong person for us. We are not, we obviously we're not willing to fall in that trap, right? So
Mm.
that small incidents which happens with us when we are small in our previous friends group, they shape us, they shape our mentality in a certain manner, which prepare
Mm.
us basically for the adulthood friendships.
Mm.
That that's
That's right.
that's there.
Well said. So, I would like to ask a question to all of you. How do you guys maintain friendship? I mean, all of you are in your older than 20s, except for Nisarga. So, how do you guys maintain that friendship? Because people change cities, people change jobs, people change locality. So, okay, Somali, okay, you don't have to raise hands. You can always talk, Somali. Okay,
No,
Nisarga has
obviously I
raised
want
hand.
to give, yeah, exactly for that.
Nisarga
Nisarga, you go
has.
ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay,
Okay.
you're the
So I
guest,
think,
so you can talk.
the small efforts matter. It's like checking in once in a while, or
Hmm.
else, just, letting them know that, you have a friend here. That could be through, just a text saying, uh, good
Hmm.
morning text, or
Hmm.
a meme share, or just liking their story. That is also like, showing them, yeah, I'm noticing you, kind of a thing. So that small efforts do matter. Like that way, you can retain a friendship.
Okay. Gautam has raised hand. He would like to add something.
How did people maintain friendship before 50 years?
Letters.
Letters.
Okay,
Um,
still, I
I, I
I don't. I feel you don't have to maintain friendships. Then it is not a friendship, right? Yeah, you being in touch and friends are different.
hmm.
So there are friends you are in touch with, there are friends you lost touch with, but it would need about 30 seconds for you to, you know, again go back. But I am of a firm view, you don't have to, you should not maintain, you don't see as time progresses, you won't have time to send a hello, you won't have time to send a good morning, you are all so friendship should not be maintained. Friendship should be there, that is what friendships are. You don't need to make an effort. You shouldn't make an effort.
Okay. Nisarga has raised hands.
Yeah, again, it's like, it's not just maintaining friendship. It's like, letting the friend know that, it's like, nowadays everything, it's escalating, post COVID. Actually, it's like, we have a, more, uh, we've given more importance to our mental health and stuff. So the loneliness is, the factor is there. Everyone suffers from it every now and then, and these small reminders, or small ways of saying that, hi, I'm here for you, kind of a thing. It's not maintaining friendship, it's just letting them know that, you can feel free, and you can approach them whenever you want, even if you have like not talked to them in so long. Just giving them, like, uh virtual shoulder to keep their head on, kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah. Shomali, you raise hands.
Yeah, yeah. So just like Nisarga said, I do agree with her. It's not about maintaining and stuff. And Gauthaman said, like 50 years ago, how did people maintain the friendships? Let's be real here. 50 years ago, the friendship spectrum was very different from what we share now. And post COVID, that is very much true. Post COVID, so much has changed. Everything has went social. Everything has went online. Like, even if I have friends with whom I don't talk for months, maybe years, but
Hmm.
not talking with them, and not taking, like, calling them and see liking their post, or that is a
Hmm.
completely different thing. Even if you like their post, even if you maybe drop a text or a comment like, bro, looking good, or something like that, they know that you exist, you know that they also exist for you. If things get tough, they will know somebody is there beyond the screen over whom they can rely on. Okay, this
True.
everything is changing, everything is escalating, just like Nisarga said. So it is very much important that we change our ways as well. It is very much true. Like if you have to put in so many efforts just to retain a bond, that bond is not meant for you. I agree with that part with Gautaman, but you should at least put in some efforts, because if you are the only one making friends, sending them gifts, sending them good morning texts, and putting every planning out every surprises and everything, then and the other person is doing nothing to acknowledge that, then they are not your friends. They are just you enjoying the attention they are receiving from you. That's it. So it should go both ways. It shouldn't be a one-way thing.
Completely agree with you. Like in earlier times, we didn't have means of connection, or because even the messages would take way too long to reach. So it was expected that if you're gonna leave college, leave your locality, leave your city, the friendship most probably will end. You're not gonna see them again. That was understood. But now, during uh, this time, it's 2025, not 2025 is ending. So we have means of connection. So even despite having all those means, if you're not even sending them hi or keeping up with them, it doesn't take that much. No one is that busy that you can't even send them one text. It's not expected to send a text every day, but you cannot say that you were not able to be in touch with this person for years on end. That cannot be an excuse in today's time. So I think it's the expectation of the society which makes it like this. So yeah, you have to be in touch, but yeah, when it comes to maintaining friendship, it shouldn't take you shouldn't take too many efforts, because then it's not worth it. But little things here and there, you should always do that, because you can. And like you said, Shumali said, liking their Instagram. That's what I do. Like there are times where I might not talk with all my friends, but I am up to date with all their life. And there was this friend from my city. We were friends during 2012 to 2014 for 2 years, because we were in the same coaching. And so she came to Bangalore now, this year, 2025. So almost 12 or 13 years after. And we didn't meet as much. But I was in touch with her. Like I would just like her Insta stories, whatever. And when we met, and then other friend of mine, she asked this new friend that, hey, how did you meet your husband and all? You got married, we heard. What's the story? And I answered for her. That her husband, he was a friend of her friend. That's how she got married. And this person, she's like, how do you know that? I was like, your entire life is on Instagram. Everybody knows that. So yeah, I keep in touch like that. I mean, I know what everyone is up to. Even if I'm not directly saying it to you, if you're gonna meet me, I'll know everything about you. So yeah, it doesn't take much effort. It's fine. It just shows that you care. That's what it is.
Exactly. It is very much true, Prachi. Like everything is on social media right now, right?
Mm.
Just you mentioned, like, about her wedding and stuff, how they met with the guy and how they got
Mm.
married. Everything through the social media. It was not necessary for her to share every detail with you. You are a
Mm.
good friend, and that is why you kept tabs about, like, okay, this was the timeline, that this was the
Yeah.
timeline that they met, this was the timeline they fell in love, they got married, and that's it. That's it. I think this is the only thing we are asking for our friends in return, if we are also putting in the same effort for them. So
Yeah.
efforts do matters, and that's how friendship retains in this
Yeah.
year.
And people do drift apart. Like I am at that stage of my life where my friends, they have a varied background. Like they're at a varied life stage. Some of my friends are still studying. Some of my friends are working. Some of my friends are married. Some of my friends are pregnant. Some of my friends have already given birth. Like it's completely different. But I still try to keep up with all of them. And our life experiences to someone else, it might feel different, because if I had met all of these friends now at whatever stage they are in, I might not have been friends with them. We grew a lot, grew apart, like grew in a different direction completely. But I still maintain it. I still keep in touch. I know it's not that frequent, but I try, and even they try. It's obviously a two-way street, and so efforts are important. Because if you do not take efforts, people are going to feel that you're taking them for granted, and then it doesn't work that way. So yeah. Okay, so anyone else would like to say anything? All right. So Shamali, would you like to close this talk today?
Okay. See,
You had
closing this talk is something I would like to finish it off with a quote,
Hmm.
basically. I hope everybody, I don't expect everybody to know about this, but do you guys know about the chair theory? I mean, anybody here know about the chair theory?
no
I
idea.
think
No.
nobody. Okay, no. So it's a very good and great theory. Basically, when you are approaching a person who's already sitting, okay, and they have an empty chair with them, and you know the person who's sitting on the other chair, that person is your friend. And just for example, your hands are full, okay, you are not able to pull the chair for yourself to make a place in the table. So what would be our natural expectation from the person we know, our friend, that person, our friend, is going to pull the chair for us, right? Make some space for us in the room. That's what friends do, make space for you in the room, in your presence, and also when you're not present in the room, in your absence. So the chair theory is very simply, it's showing only one thing: be friends with the person who pulls the chair for you by themselves. Like, you don't have to ask for them, please bro, pull the chair, please make some space for me, please give me some space to sit. Those are not your friends. But the person who is making some space for you, who is like giving importance to your name even when you're not present in the room, keeping some space for you in the room, keeping that chair, extra chair for you, like, no, this person, this chair is booked for my person. Those are your real friends, and that's the chair theory actually. So
Yeah.
we should always be very much, wise
Hmm.
while making friends, at least in this age, because we, as I said, we don't have the time, neither the energy to face all the bad things which we faced when we were young.
Very well said. Loved your theory. And with that, we would end the talk. But before we do, let me tell you that we'll be uploading this video on next Friday, and you can check it out there. And in 2XTopia, you can make friends this way. It makes making friends much easier. You can arrange hangouts. You can meet anyone from different life stages, different career, in a public place. Or if you need company, you can just post that you want to go somewhere, and anyone would be there for you. Or if you want to talk about women related issues or any kind of issues, but just want a woman's perspective, you can do that in 2XTopia. So if you guys find about this podcast from YouTube or from anywhere else, do give a visit to 2x.in. And if you like it, ask for an invite. You can ask me, you can ask Somali, you can ask Arya, Khushi, Nisarga. They're all in there. So, or maybe you can just simply register and provide a video verification. So we'll be looking forward to see you guys there. And so, all right. So we'll see you next Wednesday. And if you have any other topic in mind, do let us know, either personally or in the comment section. Anywhere, doesn't matter. So we'll see you. See you then. Thank you so much for your time. This was a really good podcast. I wasn't expecting it to happen this way. I really loved it. I was very nervous, but this was actually very fun. So thank
Yeah.
you so much to all of you for your time.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be going now.
Yeah.